I want to welcome everybody to South Jersey Life. We're going live. Um, I am your host, William Wesley. I'm without my sidekick right now, Victor Story, but he'll be back for the next edition. So this right now is the NFL edition. So we're going to get into some football, because I'm sick of a lot of things being said about my Denver Broncos. A little sick of everybody coming down to Russell Wilson. So we're gonna go hard about Russ. Okay. And then plus this is all about getting um our picks in. And like I said, I wish Vic was here, but we're gonna do this next time. So I got you, son. I got you. So right now, let's get into the Denver Broncos. Okay, you see I'm Denver Bronco fan since 1987. So all about John Elway. But right now, we are in a state where we need a lot of change. We fired the head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. All right. For some reason, Russell, he just could not figure out what type of offense to run. And it's like, how can you not figure out the offense? And I'm thinking about Nathaniel Hackett. He wanted Aaron Rodgers, and let's just go to the Denver Broncos stuff. This is South Jersey life, but I am a Denver Bronco fan, so let's get that straight. But Nathaniel Hackett and the Denver Broncos, they wanted Aaron Rodgers. Okay, when Aaron Rodgers decided to stay with the Green Bay Packers, that was a problem and that was the issue. So their fallback was Russell Wilson. And mind you, I respect Russell Wilson. I like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has a Super Bowl ring. He beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. So when we was going to give Russell Wilson, I'm like, you know what? It's all good. Love it. Let's go. But Nathaniel Hackett was such a horrible coach that I guess by week 3, week 4, they had to get somebody from the Baltimore Ravens to come help him coach the team. You had to get another offensive coordinator. He stopped play calling. And when you look at Russ, and Russ had a bad season. I'm not gonna lie about that. He had a bad season, but Nathaniel Hackett was just so bad as a head coach. I'm gonna give Russell Wilson a pass this year. The last two games when we fired Russell Wilson, Russ looked pretty damn good. Okay. As a matter of fact, even before he had the concussion, Russ, he looked pretty good. Um, if you design the offense a little bit differently, right? If you design the offense to be more suitable for what Russell can do, let's do play action passes. Okay. That's first and foremost. Russ was great at play action pass with Seattle. If you can do play action pass with Russ, it's going to freeze the linebackers. It's going to freeze the secondary where he has that extra time. I didn't realize how short Russ was until he came to Denver. I knew he was short, but he can't see over his offensive lineman. That's why to roll him out. We need to do more bootlegs. Um, I don't know who the offensive coordinator was for the last couple of games, but he ran the offense similar to how they was running the offense in Baltimore. Get Lamar outside the pocket and let him do what he had to do. Russ looked pretty damn good. So for next year, everybody hating on Russell, and I get it. He had a bad year. But everybody that's hating on Russell Wilson, I think he's going to have not an MVP year, but he's going to be an MVP conversation next year because I think they're going to find the right head coach. I don't know who that is, but they're going to find the right head coach for Russell Wilson so he can look a lot better. He can start looking like the Russell Wilson that we've seen over multiple years. Okay, because I understand he looked bad. So this is for Denver Nation. This is for Bronco Nation. This is all for all my Denver Bronco fans. Don't give up on Russ. Okay. I may be the only one in the whole United States saying, don't give up on Russ. Don't give up on Russ. Russ is going to be okay. But you got to get him the right coordinator. That's just the main thing. You got to get him the right coordinator. And once you get Russ the right coordinator, I think the Broncos will be in the playoffs. I don't know if we're contending for a Super Bowl, but we will be in the playoff next year because, as you can see, the defense is a top 5 defense. And can't no one deny that. Okay? So if you can get that offensive line, and I'm like with the Denver Broncos, you need to go all in. Don't half step with it. You got to go all in with offensive line. First round draft pick, left tackle. Second round pick, right tackle. And I understand Bowles is hurt right now, but whatever we can't get, if we can't get a good left or right tackle, Bowles is going to have to move. Like if we get a good left tackle, first round draft pick, Bowles is going to have to go to the right. You understand what I'm saying? So if we can do that, we're going to be good. I see. I got a comment, but let's put it on the board. Any comments? Put it on the board. Let it be known. Let it be known. Give us a shout out. South Jersey Life. But if you can get a tackle, you get the tackle. You move Bowles, okay? Bowles is he's okay, but Bowles is not somebody that can't move. Second round, get a guard, right tackle or guard. Third round, get another guard. Offensive line wins championships. It's been known. It's been proven. It's age-old facts when it comes to NFL football. You win in the trenches. That's all it is to be said about it. You win in the trenches. My Bronco guys, Bronco fans will understand this. When John Elway was going to the Super Bowls against the Giants, against the Washington former team Redskins, don't ban me on that one. The San Francisco 49ers, Broncos had a good team. But every time we got to the Super Bowl, our offensive line was exposed and we couldn't run the football. And we was going against NFC East teams that could just beat us up. Okay, the great Mike Shanahan, okay? When he came back to Denver, basically he said, yo, we got to be physical, okay? We got to be physical. Get Terrell Davis. We get Zimmerman, and we get Schlereth, okay? For once, we had a dominant offensive line, a dominant running back, which made John Elway's life a lot easier. That is the recipe for success for the Denver Broncos. This is the recipe for success for any team, but it is the recipe for success for the Denver Broncos. And I know that other teams or other fans, they understand that. You win in the trenches. A great offensive line, a great defensive line, and the rest will fit in. Okay. So if Russ has an offensive line and he has time to throw that 50-yard bomb that he likes to throw, then Russ can cook. Okay. Russ can cook. But Russ cannot sit in shotgun formation and act like he's Tom Brady. I don't know how Tom Brady never gets pressure on him. This year, it's been a little different, but for years, no pressure on him. Great offensive line. Russ needs protection. And if Russ gets protection, then Russ will be able to cook. Sierra will be happy. And anybody, all my Denver Bronco people out there, if Russ wants to come on to the podcast, South Jersey Life, and represent, if Sierra wants to come over to the podcast, South Jersey Life, you guys are more than welcome and we can discuss this. Okay, Russ, Sierra, if y'all want to come over, let's talk about it, okay? Any of my current Denver Broncos, former Denver Broncos, you want to come over? South Jersey Life, you know, hit me up. We can talk about this. But I'm trying to get my Denver Broncos some love in South Jersey. Even though I know this is worldwide, South Jersey, got to represent. You have Denver Bronco fans everywhere, everywhere. So let it be known. But let me just get off of Russell Wilson, get off of the Denver Broncos for a little bit. But I'm fatigued up in the Bronco stuff, so I got to talk about them first. But the main thing to talk about tonight is the playoffs. Okay, the Broncos are not in it. We sucked this year. Plain and simple. Defense looked great. Offense sucked. Fired the head coach. We'll see if we get Sean Payton. Yeah, I doubt it. But who wouldn't want to come to the Denver Broncos? So I know we're going to get somebody good, and the Denver Broncos are going to kick ass next year. But for right now, present, let's talk about these NFL playoffs. Saturday games, okay? Because this is live Friday night. So Saturday games, we got Seattle Seahawks against the 49ers. The 49ers are 9.5-point favorites, right? I see that most teams feel like most people feel like San Francisco is the second best team in the NFC, right? I tend to believe that as well. They are the second best team in the NFC. Okay, so Seattle's been good. Okay, Seattle has been better than what we expected. They started off like gangbusters in the beginning of the season. Later on, they got a harder schedule. They may have found out the formula to what Seattle was trying to do, slowed them down a little bit, but give them credit. They got into the playoffs. 9.5 points is a lot. Okay, 9.5 points is a lot. And please, when I give my predictions, right? Don't holler at me if you lose your money. Okay, this is just my opinions. Okay, just my opinion. Don't put money down on what I'm talking about. But even though you're talking to one of the best experts in the world right now, okay, just let it be known. Um, but Seattle's going to try to run the football. Okay, we know what they do. They're going to do play action. Same thing I was talking about Russell Wilson. Basically the formula that worked in Seattle could work in Denver with Russ. But they're going to do the same thing with Geno Smith. Okay, Geno Smith has a resurgence. I like it. Much respect to Geno Smith from bouncing back from being a journeyman to holding down that spot in the Seattle rate this year. But for some reason, San Francisco has not missed a beat with Brock Purdy. And Garoppolo, who I thought, right? Garoppolo, who I thought was going to be the guy that leads them if they were going to make it to the Super Bowl, I thought he would be the one. I had no trust in Trey Lance. Okay, Trey Lance is young. I always knew that Garoppolo would be the one. But for Garoppolo to get hurt and Brock Purdy comes in, right? And is leading this team to the playoffs. Wow. Wow. They got the defense. Okay. They got McCaffrey, okay, which is Ed McCaffrey's son from the Denver Broncos. Okay. You see the connection here. You have Kyle Shanahan, genius. Who was his dad? Mike Shanahan, genius. Kyle Shanahan should be our head coach, but I'm not going to get into that. We screwed up. One of the few mistakes that John Elway has made, we screwed up on that one, besides picking quarterbacks. But Kyle Shanahan should have been the Denver Bronco, okay? But we'll talk about the 49ers right now. Don't let me, okay. All right, so with the running game of the of the 49ers, with the running game, play action pass, you got Debo. will be healthy, the 49ers should cover the 9.5 points. Okay, Seattle, they look cute. They look good. I give them, I give them that. Okay, but this is playoff time. 49ers are poised to make it to the NFC Championship. First step, they're going to knock off the 49ers. So that is the first pick for Saturday. Okay, let's get to the Chargers and the Jaguars. Chargers were Super Bowl picks of many people, right? Super Bowl picks of many people this year. What happened? What happened? Is it coaching? Is it overrating the team? I don't know. You got to tell me what is it? Because for the last 3 years, the Chargers should have been making some noise, and they haven't. So right now, the Chargers are going into Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville, young, upcoming. Trevor Lawrence has been looking good. Shout outs to Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, which he shouldn't have been fired from the Philadelphia Eagles. That was a mistake. That was a power struggle. We all know this. He said, I'm tired of being a yes man and I got to get out of here. And he found the job at Jacksonville. They got a real coach, not Urban Myers. They got a real coach. And if you put Trevor Lawrence with his talent with a real coach, this is what can happen. And this is just the beginning of how Jacksonville is going to be. Because I think in the future, Trevor Lawrence is going to be one of the upper echelon quarterbacks. I think Doug Peterson is a good coach, real nice guy, good coach. So I think this has become the beginning of what Jacksonville is going to be doing in the future, making it to the playoffs every year as a contender. Right now, the Chargers are 2.5 point favorites. Yes, they have the better team. But the coach is, Now, he was playing the Denver Broncos. When you're not playing for anything and you're about to go into the playoffs, you take all your starters out. You don't have your starters playing in a meaningless game, right? You don't have your starters playing in a meaningless game. And your number one or number two wide receiver has a fractured vertebrae in his back. What are we talking about? It's stupidity. Your fan base wants him to lose so the coach can get fired and then you guys can hire Sean Payton. Okay. The Chargers are good on paper, but they're overrated. Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. He may be a great quarterback, but is Justin Herbert Joe Burrow? I don't think so. Not yet. Is Justin Burrow? Is Herbert Josh Allen? I don't think so. Not yet. Is Justin Herbert Patrick Mahomes? Well, we know. Hell no, he is not. We know this. Okay. This game is a toss-up to me, even though San Diego prohibited favorites in this game. What I'm going to say is I got Jacksonville. I don't know if they're going to win outright, but they will cover. This will be a 1 point game. Either they win or they lose, but they'll cover the 2.5 points. Okay, so we're going to go for Jacksonville on that game because I think Doug Peterson is a better coach than Staley. They want him going anyway. They can lose. Sean Payton can come right on in and take over for San Diego. Well, my bad, not San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers. Okay. So if I was picking, let's go Jaguars to cover the 2.5 points. All right. Let's go to Sunday. First game on the schedule: Dolphins, Bills. A lot of emotions going on when you have Damar Hamlin going down. Uh, Chaotic scene Monday Night Football. Um, they're going to be pumped. They're going to be emotionally charged. There's no Tua. I see no way that the Dolphins can hang. They're not on their second string quarterback, Teddy P. My bad, Teddy B. Teddy Bridgewater. Um, they're on their third string quarterback. I don't even know his name, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna even look it up. It doesn't matter. They're losing. Okay, Buffalo Bills. They're on a mission. Same way that I was talking about San Francisco 49ers. They're on a mission. I expect to see them in the AFC Championship. We'll see. But I expect to see them because they're on a mission. They are talent wise top three team, maybe top team in the AFC. So I expect them to roll over the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins had a good year. They had, if Tua was still playing, no concussions, I would say Tua. I would say Tua has the highest probability to knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. But once Tua started having the concussions, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So, if Tua was in there, you had guys had a chance. Now, 13 and a half points is a lot to cover for a playoff game, but they're going to cover. This is going to be a blowout. This is going to be 28-10 at halftime if the Dolphins scored 10 points. The Dolphins scored 9 points, I think it was, last week against the Jets. Third string quarterback beating Buffalo. Now put your money on the Bills. They're going to cover 13 and a half points. And once again, what I say is my opinion. This is my prediction. If you lose your money, don't look at me. Okay? My opinion. But I'm mostly right. So just let you know. All right. Next game. Giants, Vikings. The Giants are the underdogs. 3-point underdogs, meaning last couple of years has been a little bit different, but traditionally the home team gets 3 points. So basically they're saying that this game is even pretty much. Most people are picking the Giants to pull off the upset against the Minnesota Vikings. I don't get the Minnesota Vikings. Their offense, they should be scoring 35 points a game. When you have Jefferson, when you have Dalvin Cook, when you have Thielen, they got the the tight end from the Detroit Lions. I can't think of his name right now. Their offense should be just putting up points after points after point, but they don't. And I'm trying to wonder, is it just a case of they're inconsistent, or is it directly linked to their quarterback? Because their quarterback, as you know, is very sporadic. He has a horrible record when it comes to being in primetime games. Uh, Playoffs, I know he hasn't won a playoff game. My bad. He did win one playoff game. I think it was a couple years ago. I think they did win a playoff game. So let me take that back. Maybe I don't remember. But no one has faith in the quarterback. Okay, so the Giants, it's kind of hard dealing with the Giants because with the Giants, right? With the Giants, they have no wide receivers. Their offensive line, they're okay. Daniel Jones, are you going to give him the money? Are you going to pay him? We don't know. This is kind of the stuff that we're dealing with right now. I don't know what's going on with the Giants as far as what are they going to do for the future. I don't know how they won all these games. I have no clue on how the Giants won all these games. But they did, you know. They hold on, guys. All right, they did win those games, but I don't know how they got their record. Because to me, the Giants, if you look at their roster, they're not a playoff team. Their defense, yeah, so. Right? If you look at the playoffs, their record, I mean their defense is so. Their offense, they have no offensive weapons. All they got is Saquon. I don't know how they're doing it, but everybody wants to pick the Giants. I want to pick the Giants, but you know what? I'm gonna put some faith into Mr. Cousins. Kirk Cousins, this is the time that you're going against a team that talent wise you're better than. Kirk Cousins is going to get it done. They're going to beat the Giants. Okay. Because I don't understand even why the Vikings are the favorites at all, because the whole world thinks that the Giants are going to beat the Vikings. And I understand why, because the Vikings are so unpredictable. You can't trust them. But who are the Giants to trust? Who are the Giants to trust? And my brother in law may be mad at this, but who are the Giants to trust? So we're going to go with the Vikings, okay? -3. They will cover because you know what? Everybody's been doubting them. I think they're going to have something for the Giants. I think this is going to be a blowout. Vikings. The night game, the nightcapper, Ravens against the Bengals. With Lamar, right? With Lamar. Lamar, he wants his money. Okay. I don't blame Lamar for wanting his money. Everybody told Lamar, do not go into training camp. Definitely, they'll go into the season without having a contract. Because what could happen, you could get hurt. And once you get hurt, they're going to try to mess with your money. I give credit to Lamar. He said, you know what? I'm going to put my faith in myself and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show them why they should pay me. But the team that they put around you, it's not a good enough team. They're just not a good enough team. You have no wide receivers. Okay. I know you did draft a wide receiver. He got hurt. You had 3 running backs that went down last year. Dobbins, he's back this year, but he was hurt a lot of time. All you have is Andrews as a tight end. You have no explosive weapons. You had Deshaun Jackson for a little bit, but Deshaun is getting over the hill. So I don't. You was in a bad situation, Lamar. So I don't blame you, even if you aren't hurt. But I do believe you're still hurt. But even if you aren't hurt and you were wasn't well enough to play this game, you're not beating the Bengals. You're not, because your team is not equipped to beat the Bengals. The Bengals. I get a little bit tired of hearing about how Burrow is the next Joe Montana. Okay. Get a little bit tired of them always talking about Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, blah, 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 blah. And I get it. They are very talented. They're young. They're talented. But I got to give Joe Burrow his credit. He does have a little bit of Montana in him. I do trust him. Okay. 9-point favorites. I don't know because the game last week they just played. The game last week, it looked okay. They look pretty good, but the Ravens in the second half they looked like they adjusted. They started making the comeback. Huntley was not playing. Huntley is a pretty damn good backup. I don't think the Ravens are going to win this game, but I do think the Ravens will cover the 9 points. Divisional game, third time they met. They just met last week. I think the Ravens will cover the 9 points. So I will take Bengals winning the game, but the Ravens covering 9 points. But with Lamar, I want you to get your money. You got to be healthy, stay out there, get your money. But as the quarterback, you got to demand same stuff that Aaron Rodgers be talking about. Yeah, give me a better team. I need a better team around me, right? I need a better team around me. I need wide receivers, legitimate wide receivers. Okay, not people that are over the hill, not rookies. I want proven veterans that can get open, that can make me look good, and it can help me secure my $240 million guaranteed. That's what I want around me, and that's what I expect. Okay. Last game of Wild Card Weekend: Cowboys, Buccaneers. Okay. This is America's team against America's quarterback. Not my America. Definitely not my America. But for the most part, everybody loves Tom Brady. Okay. Respect to Tom Brady. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Okay, you know who I'm riding with. Ride with Elway. Then I'm gonna say Montana. Then I'm gonna put Tom Brady. He could be number three. Number three of all time. Um, but the Buccaneers. Let's talk about the Buccaneers. Very disappointing year. Very disappointing year. Once Todd Bowles took over, it's like they forgot how to play football. They forgot how to even block for Tom Brady. People forgot how to catch the football. The defense forgot how to tackle people. The run game, they forgot how to run the football. Like what happened to Tampa Bay? 2 years ago, Super Bowl. Last year, NFC, what was it? NFC Championship game, or second round in the playoffs. I know they lost to the Rams, second round in the playoffs. Like what happened? And now they're going against the Cowboys, America's team. America's team. Okay. As we all know, most people hate the Cowboys. Most people hate the Cowboys. It's just the way it is, fact of life. And what we have seen in recent years with the Dallas Cowboys, they will disappoint you if you're a Cowboys fan. Okay. Now, when I was a young kid, I should say, a young kid, the Cowboys were a dominant football team. Okay. When they had Troy Aikman, the great Michael Irvin from the U, Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek, Russell Maryland, Darren Smith. That was a great uh, Dallas team. They deserve to be called America's team. But this was almost 25 years ago. So what are we talking about? But they're still America's team. And I understand they was America's team in the 70s, but they were winning. Dak. Dak Prescott. Okay. I root for Dak Prescott because I respect Dak Prescott. Mississippi State, fourth round draft pick, came in, did damage. When he got hurt, give him his money. Okay, Jerry Jones was, BS and doing all the stuff that he does. Didn't want to pay him, but eventually they did pay Dak. Now that Dak has his money, Dak is going to have to show that he is an elite quarterback, because when you make the money that Dak makes, you can't be an okay quarterback. Okay, you have to be an elite quarterback, not just okay, but elite. Excuse me. You have to be an elite quarterback, right? When they had the backup quarterback, Rush, they did a couple of things. Things I want you to do with the Denver Broncos: run the football, play action pass, play solid defense. You'll win a lot of games. And they did win a lot of games until they met the Eagles, right? Until they met the Eagles. And when they met the Eagles, they shut down the run game until second half. Second half, they started to run the ball a little bit better. But they were able to hold up. The offensive line was able to hold up. Michael Parsons didn't look like Lawrence Taylor anymore against Lane Johnson. I do not want to bet against Tom Brady, even though I'm not a Tom Brady fan. Respect him, but don't like him. The Cowboys, you can't put your faith in the Cowboys because they're the Cowboys. Every year, if you're a Cowboys fan, they will let you down. So you have a great quarterback, Tom Brady, with a bad team, okay, against a loaded name-wise and talent-wise Dallas Cowboys, but the mentality of being losers. So it's like, who do you decide? Now, the point spread, hold on, let me check the point spread on this game, because this is one I forgot to get, so forgive me. Let me look at this point spread for the NFL. Okay, so it's 2.5 points. The Dallas Cowboys are favored by 2.5 points. And what I was telling you earlier, 3 points is usually given. So basically, they're saying that the Cowboys are slight favorites. No. I'm sorry. They're more than slight favorites because they're 2.5 point favor, 2.5 point favorites over Tampa Bay. So meaning they're really 5.5 point favorites over Tampa Bay. And I know the Cowboys, they get that money going in, so people will bet for the Cowboys. I'm torn. I have no clue on who's going to win this game because it's hard to pick against Brady, even though I want to, but he's Tom Brady. It's hard to deny the talent of the Dallas Cowboys, but they always let you down. I want Dak to succeed. I want Dak to look good. But he plays for the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys will always let you down. So, being 2.5 point favorites, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. to pull an upset. I think they will cover the 2.5 points. Okay. I think they will win the game outright because I can't bet against Tom Brady. Going against him in the playoffs too many times, being a Bronco fan. Too many times. And when we thought we had him, he always comes back. Okay, so I'm gonna put my money on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Uh I hate I really do. I really do not want to put my money on Tampa Bay, but I think they will cover. They will pull the upset, and it will be Tom Brady uh, next week going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a taste of South Jersey life. This is the newest YouTube channel. This is the newest podcast. We're in our, you know, infant stages, but very soon, this is going to be the podcast, the YouTube channel that everybody goes to for hip hop, politics, sports, interviews, everyday things that goes on not just in South Jersey, but all around the country. This will be the channel that everybody has to subscribe to. So if you're watching, subscribe. If you're watching, hit the like button. Okay? If you're watching, look out for more content coming very, very soon. This is just the beginning. It's not the end. This is the very beginning, you know? And we're just getting started. So I want to give a shout out to my boy Vic, my partner in crime. We're going to be doing this. And just watch out for all the content that we have. And we're going to do sports once a week. Okay, we're going to have to talk about sports. I'm gonna have a couple of my guys come on the show with me, debate, battle. If you're watching, you can comment when we do the YouTube live. You can hit us up on the podcast. We'll be up on Apple. We will be up on Spotify. So just get ready. We got a lot of stuff coming this year, 2023. You know, like I said, we're in our infant stages, but very, very soon, we will be dominating. And everybody will be talking about South Jersey life. So just let it be known. So I will bid you adieu, and we will talk to you next time. South Jersey life. Peace.